Okay, today was the day for Danielle Hunter. The decision had to be made, or I guess not made. Makes I guess no decision is a decision. Um, I think the deadline was 3 o'clock today. Whether or not they were going to pick up the 18 million roster bonus, um, and 3 o'clock has come and gone, and there's been no news, which means no news means that the roster bonus is picked up. Um, so of all the possibilities with Deal Hunter, like the absolute completely out the window is that he would be released. That's completely out the window now. Um, and I don't think that was going to happen anyway. But so he's unless he holds out, which it would seem very unlikely because I think if he there's a lot of conflicting info out there about the language of the contract and what's actually in there. If he holds out, he doesn't even get the bonus, so he probably isn't going to hold out. And I don't know if he would anyway, but um, so uh, my guess is they were trying. They kind of on two fronts. They've been trying to work out some extension, long-term deal thing with Hunter, and they've also been fielding potential trade offers. Um, and obviously they didn't get the offers that would have enticed them to trade him because they would have traded him, and they haven't been able to work out a long-term thing yet. But I mean, they certainly have time now because again, this is the conflicting stuff out there because everyone was like, oh, we'll just take the bonus and turn it into a signing bonus, and then you can spread it out over years and help the cap. There's different reports out there that maybe you can't do that or something, but also they can kind of do it whenever. I don't think they'd have that's not a thing they had to do by today. The only thing that was for today was the bonus itself. So my guess is it's going to just be an ongoing thing with Hunter over the coming weeks and months, maybe, and you know, could even stretch into next season potentially, where they'll just keep they'll keep working on it. I mean, I'm sure their preference is to keep him, and obviously, like if he's healthy this year, having him is going to be a huge uh, advantage for the team because that defense has been at the bottom. But if you have 17 games of healthy Danielle Hunter, you ain't gonna be at the bottom. You're gonna be moving up to pair with our offense that I expect to be very potent. So yeah, I would say this won't be the last we hear of about Hunter because I think they're going to keep working on things, and they if they are able to just spread that bonus out or convert it and spread it out, they can do that whenever they want. They get a free agent. There's some names out there they've been linked to in the last couple of days. The guy who's the center from the Browns, I think, and that what's it, Za'Darius Smith. He's been talked about. Like there's guys out there. A lot of times in past years, we'll hear of a signing and we'll also hear of who restructured to make the cap room for that player. So it would probably be something similar to that. But they can do that. If certain reports are right, they can do that with the Hunter thing anytime they want. I don't know what the objection would be. It's like that money is going into his pocket, and you know I assume that like that money is in like they cut him a check today, however they do it. It would just be how it affects the cap because the cap is very complicated. And I'm glad I don't have to deal with it. But yeah, so I haven't actually done a Vikings video in a couple days. They did the restructure thing with Thielen the other day. Lowered his cap hit by a little bit, and added some at the end. What else did they do? They haven't signed anybody, I don't think. They've got the um, Ryan Bates, who's like a interior lineman from the Bills. They're maybe going to offer him a deal. He's got one of those ones where the Bills could match the offer and keep him. I think he'd be a guy if they got him in, he would be in line to be either a starting guard or starting center. Um, but yeah, the big one was Hunter, you know, and there's still a lot of free agents out there. There's still guys getting cut. There's still like notable names getting cut. That's why people freaking out like free agency is over. We're still in the early stages of this stuff. There's still a lot of guys out there, a lot more guys who are still going to become available. I mean, there's still blockbuster trades getting made. The fucking Deshaun Watson trade, came down yesterday, you know, which means Baker Mayfield's going to get traded. Case Keenum just got traded today from Cleveland to Buffalo, so he's going to be reunited with Diggs. Hopefully not often for the Bills' sake, but they're at least on the same team again. And there's still guys out there. There's still a lot of guys out there. Patrick Peterson's still out there. I would still hope we can bring him back. There's a lot of guys out there, and for all the hand wringing about, oh my God, we're free agency's over and we haven't done anything. It's like, well, we have done stuff, but there's still a lot more to be done, and there's still a lot of guys out there, and there's still ways to make cap room. Like they've done. Well, they haven't really done the Hunter thing yet. They did the Kirk thing. They did the Thielen thing. The Pierce cut. There's still other guys, out there that they can do restructurings for. I would think. Wouldn't be surprised if something happens with maybe Dalvin Cook. But the big one was Hunter. So he's going to be here, barring, I suppose you could still trade him, but I think then I'm not sure how that would work with the cap. You might still be on the hook for all that money. But I think if they were going to trade him, that would have already happened. So the odds are very, very strong that Danielle Hunter will be suiting up for the Vikings this fall, which is excellent news. And I predict that they will still get something done. Even if it's not like a 5-6 year deal, maybe even something a little shorter, but they'll get something done, and they can do the little shifting the money thing to clear cap space. They'll figure it out. They'll do whatever they have to do when the time comes. They have to make clear money to sign somebody, and even in the coming days, they'll make that little tweak. Maybe I shouldn't use the word tweak when I'm talking about Danielle Hunter, but but it's another good day for the Vikings because Danielle Hunter will be here, and now we just got to hope that he's healthy. We got to hope that that he remains healthy, because if he does, obviously you want him. He's a beast. So we will just hope for better injury luck in 2022 for Danielle.